Hey everybody, I wanted to come on real quick and show you how I created this tassel. I actually was inspired by Angela. She is Magpie Soul here on YouTube. She's also in my group Paper Crafters United, and she's just an amazing artist. I'm going to be creating one of these today. I have a design team project for Tsunami Rose due for August, and I'm using a kit called Vintage Parcel. So I was trying to stick with some colors that were, the color of the kit, and I also tore some fabric that was sent to me by J Hart, and it has basically postal postcards and things like that on there. So I thought that was a cute little addition. So I went ahead and did one because I'm going to be doing two for the project. So what I basically did was I just cut my ribbons ahead of time. I wanted to make two, so I cut really long lengths. I cut it in half. I cut about 7 inches of 24 gauge wire. All I'm going to do is slide this 24 gauge wire right under the middle of these ribbons. And I'm going to pull it up into the center. So I'm going to kind of eyeball what I feel like the center is. And I'm going to pull it up and just kind of hold it down. And I'm just going to give it a few good twists here as soon as I get it down. So sorry if I'm off camera, it's hard to twist and stay on. There you go. Okay, so I just twisted that a couple of times just to get it secure there. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off some of this excess, and I'm going to go ahead and just for looks, I'm going to put on a few beads. I'm going to stick with the same beads I used on the last one just so they match because they're going on the same project. So you got to thread it on there. And then for the larger ones, I used a large lobster clasp. And for these, I'm going to use some of the spare parts clasps. Where did it go? Well, shoot, now I lost it. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to take my my clasp here, and it has a jump ring at the bottom of it. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to just put it on here, and I'm going to take my wires. It's probably going to be off here a little bit, but I'm going to take my wires and I'm going to loop them through my jump ring here so I can get a grip around it. I'm going to just loop these wires in here a couple times just so they're nice and secure, and my ring is securely on my tassel. So once I've got that wrapped around a couple times, I'm going to cut the excess off, and then I'm going to take my little pliers and I'm going to tuck my wires in so that they're not, jabbing or cutting anybody. It can be a little bit tedious. I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I've got to do it the most difficult way possible. So then you have your attachment here. So I don't want this showing. So what I'm usually doing is I'm just taking a piece, which I don't have another piece here. But what I'll do is I'll take a piece of ribbon that corresponds with these, and I will tie a bow here. So there'll be a bow at the top, kind of like what I did here with the seam binding. So now that I have my tassel, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bunch it up, and there's a lot of uneven pieces. So I'm going to pull it tight so that my ribbons are, and I'm going to even it out. So I don't feel like I have it right here. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bunch it out to the end there, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to even it up. And I never throw away all these little scraps that I'm cutting off. I'm going to use them for something. I'm not sure what, but I have a bag full of them, and I'm sure I can do something with them. So that's fine for me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust what needs adjusting. So I'm going to pull everything to adjust what I want done. And I don't know if I'm really happy with, I need to cut a little bit more, I think, in some spots. Okay. So there's that one. So now I have two. See, there they are. And they are ready to go on my design team project or whatever I want to put them on. So I hope that was easy to follow. I'm sorry I just kind of set up here on my floor. I was going to get these done and I thought I better just go ahead and film it. So again, I'm going to put Angela, who is Magpie Soul's link in my description, as well as my group Paper Crafters United. So be sure to head over and check that out. As always, thanks for watching.